Okay, so we're going to be talking about periodic trends, but first I want to show you so at the bottom, okay, let me turn off my background real quick. Okay, so at the bottom of this page you have two periodic tables. You're going to choose one to do your atomic radii, and you're going to do the other for your electronegativity and ionization energies. Okay. And that goes for atomic and ionic radii. Okay, so just pick one for those two and then one for the electronegativity and ionization. Okay. So your atomic radius goes, it decreases from left to right and increases as you go down a group. And so what this does is it creates an overall trend of increase from the upper right-hand corner to the lower left-hand corner. Helium has the smallest atomic radius, radii is plural, and francium actually has the largest atomic radius. Okay? This one only goes to cesium, probably because there's some funky stuff that goes on down here. Ionic radius is a little bit different, and this didn't say that. So it decreases from group 1 to group 14. So that's over here, this area. Okay, so it decreases from 1 to 14. Then it increases drastically, as you can see here, these guys get really big, and then it decreases again. Okay. And then it increases as you go down a group. So your ionic radius is always going to increase as you go down a group. And the reason it does this is pretty simple. The more protons you have, the more electrons you have. The more electrons you have, the more space you need for those electrons, right? So as you go down, you increase those primary energy levels and you have more electrons. Therefore, you have more space that that atom takes up. So like lithium is only a 2 for the primary energy level. Cesium is a 6. So it has 4 more shells to go through. So that's why it's bigger, even as an ion. Okay? And so this leads to the overall trend of a decrease from right to left and from top to bottom, so diagonally, right to left, okay, for your ionic radius, and then another decrease from group 17 down to group 16, and this one's really drastic, okay? So, or another increase, I mean, and it's pretty drastic. And then you exclude group 18. Group 18 is your noble gases. They don't ionize at all, period, the end. So they have a really, they're not involved in ionic radius at all. Okay. Ionization energy increases from the bottom left to the upper right of the periodic table, with francium having the lowest ionization energy because it's the largest element in the periodic table. It has the most shells, so it's easier to strip those electrons off. That's what ionization is pulling those electrons off of an atom. And so francium has the lowest, and helium has the highest ionization energy. And it's really hard to ionize the noble gases just because of how they are. They like to have their octet, so they don't like to give it up. Now, if you take more than one electron off of any of these elements, you're going to increase the ionization energy. So francium might have a really low ionization energy for the first electron, but you're going to need more energy to pull that second electron off because now you've gone down a level, basically. And that increases for every element for each additional electron that gets removed. Electronegativity has the same trend as ionization energy. with one exception. You do not include group 18 for this. Group 18 is not electronegative at all. It is the inert or the unreactive group. So we don't involve those in electronegativity. So fluorine is the most electronegative element. Francium is the least electronegative element. Electronegativity increases from left to right across the periodic table, excluding group 18, and it decreases as you go down in group. Again, this has to do with the number of electrons and how big an atom is. Okay, so if you need to go back and rewind, find the arrows, copy those down on your periodic tables at the bottom of that page. Okay, and make sure that you label, atomic, ionic, and then on the other one, ionization and electronegativity. Okay, pay attention to the direction the arrows go. The arrows on the PowerPoint and on your page should be in the direction of increase. Okay, so whatever it is, it should be in the direction of increase.